Hello and welcome, episode 343 of the Should I Play This Game podcast for the 17th of August. And on cue...
No!
Oh, damn it, that didn't work at all.
Fuck!
It was perfectly set up.
It was so close!
It was so close, didn't quite come into play. Those who watched the video understand exactly what just didn't happen, but anyway.
I was so close, it just needed that little bit extra of a fulcrum.
Well, it is what it is. Next time, Lucky. How are you, sir, after missing that?
This good drink.
Good drink. Alrighty, we have got a lot to go through. Bit of crossover. But, yeah, all owing to Steve's, your games for the last 2 weeks.
I've been incrementalizing.
We both have.
But we'll get to that, because I have played through Dave the Diver in the Jungle. Which is the DLC for Dave the Diver. Mm-hmm. As should be perhaps obvious maybe by the name. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit more sophisticated than Dave the Diver original. Mm-hmm. You've got a pretty much more sophisticated overworld, which is shown in this little screenshot here, where before you so the one thing that's not shown in this that I didn't get in this screenshot annoyingly is that the time in the overworld in the village that you go to is in real time.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And then you get at least 2 opportunities to go in the water.
That's the same
per
as
day.
That's the same as the first one, wasn't it? There was
Pretty
morning
much.
and afternoon, I think. Yeah. Yep.
So there's additional mechanics and activities. There's like beetle fighting. So to catch beetles, you have to fight them.
Okay.
And it's like a paper, scissors, rock sort of thing with like a horn attack, a charge, and a defend. There's socializing and gift giving.
Okay.
So it's like Animal Crossing. And you're doing some bits and pieces like crafting and instead of sushi, Bancho's grilling because freshwater fish can't be served as sushi.
Okay.
So
is that a real thing?
Hey?
Is that a real thing or just in the game?
I don't know. Bancho says that you can't serve freshwater fish as sushi. I'm going to believe him because I don't know shit about sushi. And I don't like the concept of sushi, let alone trying to eat it. So fuck that. And there's plenty of the fantastic animations from the base game as well. They expand on that with the grilling and all that. So it's set up as Dr. Bacon's assistant is investigating a dinosaur that washed up on the beach of a freshwater lake in the jungle. And you all go along to help. So you, Bancho... Cobra.
Yeah, I was trying to think of his name. Yep,
Cobra's there.
Yep.
So you go along to investigate. You're helping the village out. Bancho runs a grill house to show the villagers how to make food that isn't fucking terrible. Because Bancho's sparkling social skills come through in the start where he's served food and basically tells them that it's fucking shit. It's pretty expository early on to establish everything that's going on, and it's pretty tutorial heavy, but given the number of new mechanics and systems, it's almost like a new game. So they kind of have to. And you go into, as the title of the DLC suggests, in the jungle. You actually go in the jungle. So there's some more tutorializing needed there. It still maintains the very charming, very engaging package that base Dave the Diver is. There is a fucking amazing crossover with the Savage Planet games.
Oh, okay.
Savage Planet and Revenge of the Savage Planet.
Okay, yeah.
And there's references and crossovers with like maybe 10 other games.
Yeah, I'm sure.
In varying ways. It's just Mint Rocket going, here's fucking indie games we like in different ways. Let's go.
So they still have the same, because in the first game
there is still the fishing.
Obviously it has the fishing.
Yeah.
There was also that farming part as well, was that?
You do eventually get a little farm.
Okay, so they still do the farm stuff.
It's more fruit based.
There was also the second two
branch?
The 2 branches of the store, was that?
You don't get a branch.
You just get the main one this time. Yeah. Yep.
And you do get the jungle, which has like snakes and different jungle-based animals in it. You can get fertilizer for the farm that that is giant mutation fertilizer.
Okay.
So you grow a fucking pineapple and it gets massive and turns orange.
Okay.
Which is fucking sick. I finished it up in about 16 hours.
Okay, so it's pretty lengthy. So it's pretty lengthy then. Yeah, okay.
For the price in particular, which I'm going to come back to that price discussion in a moment. It doesn't add new achievements to the base game. It's got its own in-game achievement tracking. There is that.
Yeah, yep.
I'm not going to say anything more about it because you need to fucking see.
I've purchased it. I have every plan to play it before the.
It's fucking amazing. Like just some of the writing and some of the shit they pull off. There's an audaciousness to it that is it's fucking incredible. All
right, before we go on, back to the basic premise. While freshwater fish can be used for sushi, they are generally not recommended due to the risk of parasites and bacteria.
That's exactly what Bancho said. Now that you say that.
Yep.
And that it's got like dirt and mud and shit in it.
Yep.
So it tastes like crap. So before I got into the jungle, there were some other content packages.
Yeah, I think that's because I briefly fired up this game about a week ago just to look at playing this. And I think there's been other DLC, not maybe DLC, but other content put in that I had no idea about.
So there was the dredge stuff, which I think we've talked about.
Okay, yep.
Where it just adds some of the weird nightmare fish that are in dredge.
Yeah, yep.
There's the Godzilla pack, which we've definitely talked about.
Yep, we talked about that. Yep.
I didn't realize that. I think it's as part of that pack. One of the characters just comes up and goes, "Hey, there's a bunch of collectible figures under the ocean. Can you get them for me, please?"
Maybe that's what. I think that's maybe what I had. I can't remember.
Yeah, I never really dug into that too much. There's one for like a K-pop or like a VTuber, MXM Toon or some shit. That's quite short. And then there's the Yakuza one, Ichiban's Holiday, which that's a standalone pack. Well, not a standalone pack. It's actually a purchasable DLC. And I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. I'll buy this ages ago and then never played it.
Okay.
So I played it before I went into the jungle. When you think about in the jungle paying $15 at about 16 hours, Ichiban's Holiday is like $10.45. And was an hour and a half.
Oh, good. Okay.
You get some dialogue interaction scenes between Dave and Ichiban, which are pretty funny. You take Ichiban to this underwater base because he's like, yo, there's some shit going on. And Ichiban will just punch on underwater, which is pretty funny. And then you get into, remember the base you had to infiltrate in the base game?
Oh, the base thing? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you go back there with Ichiban, and Cobra rocks up, and it's like, Dave, you can't handle this. Go find an exit. And it just turns it into a shitty Streets of Rage.
Okay.
Which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But it's also not so great to play.
Not so great, okay. I think maybe that's what I got when I went and played it. I was out in the ocean, and I think Ichiban comes up on a dolphin or something.
Yeah. He just rocks up.
Yeah,
he's like, "Hey, we're going on a holiday," and bartender's there.
I think that's probably where I think I don't recall this bit. This is confusing me, and I just closed it. So that's that little bit of content. So that's an hour and a bit. I did buy that. I don't recall buying it either, but I did buy it.
No.
Is that what? So you've got to do that first before you can do Dave and then.
No, it just came up, so I just did it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I just wanted to do it because I wanted to see what was going on.
Yeah.
And it's the most Yakuza engaged I've been since I played like 6 hours of Yakuza 0. There is a new farm ingredient that serves as a little coda to the whole Ichiban thing. And you do get a fucking hell of Yakuza karaoke minigame that turns into full-on Yakuza karaoke.
Yep.
Like, they started as all pixel art, and then they twist the art style into Yakuza, which is fucking hilarious. And Majima rocks up as well. In the Streets of Rage section, Majima just rocks up. Ichiban's just like, Majima, hey! But, like, it's not worth the $10, but it's pretty fucking amusing for what it is, because I already had it.
Yeah.
In the jungle, though, whew, that's a hell of a thing.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it.
Sorry?
I'm looking forward to it.
It is currently the #1 ranked or rated game on OpenCritic so far this year. It's weird because this being DLC, that's on there. The new Pokemon Pokopia DLC is on the top ranked or like Hall of Fame for 2026. But Doom the Dark Ages Revelations isn't, and that got like 89, like sitting on an 89 median. That's weird. I don't know what's going on there. Blast and Bounty. It's a pretty fun. I didn't bring my Steam things in. Oh well. It's a pretty fun vertical scrolling shoot 'em up. It's got a story. There's a froggy dude that got abandoned by his crew for reasons. I think crime reasons. And he goes about trying to quote unquote capture them by shooting the fuck out of things. It's got a neat little look to it. It's got some solid music and it controls well. So it's a solid little package for like $7. I missed one points-based achievement in 37 minutes. It took me to finish it.
37, wow, okay.
Yeah, it's fucking short. But I think part of it is because it, like you see down in the bottom left-hand corner, there's the score ticker. There's an achievement for 300,000 points. And I ended up finishing on about 280. So I think, like, much like these, so like I think if you went to the arcade scrolling shooters of yore, they are all that short. It's just about pumping quarters in.
Yeah, it's because it takes 6 hours to play the game in 10,000 short runs, sort of thing. Yeah.
I finally started in on Pragmata. Continuing Capcom's fucking insane roll of late. In kind of a, what if a Japanese studio made a Dead Space game? Like, it's got the sci-fi hooks of Dead Space, taken to a 2026 extreme. And the sort of, I think the monster design in Dead Space you could maybe describe as maybe a little Eurocentric horror. Whereas it's hell of sci-fi, Japanese style, very clean. Sci-fi-fication with out-of-control robotic enemies. So Hugh is... I tried clicking on the call. That's not going to fucking work for opening a screenshot, is it, dickhead? You are Hugh.
Oh, yeah, the robot.
And this is Diana. She is a state-of-the-art pragmata whose subsystem label is DI something, a whole bunch of numbers. So Hugh just goes, your name's Diana. You're trying to restore enough of the moon complex you're on. So you and your crew, Hugh and his crew are sent to the moon complex to sort of look into, there was like just complete radio silence. All the station had gone quiet. No one responded. So you're going to investigate and find out what the fuck happened. So you're then trying to contact Earth to go, hey, this shit is fucked. And then get the fuck out, I'm assuming. I've played 5 hours. 3 hours of that was the second mission.
Okay.
So the mission was quite, like, the missions seemed to be quite small in number, but quite large in scope. But part of that was also me trying to, like, you get an overview when you're in the individual sections of, here's the collectible shit. Which is really nice, because then I'm like, oh, fuck, I need to get it. And there's two boxes I can't open because they're stuck behind some fucked up lunar filament shit that I can't do. The RE engine is fucking incredible. Like, it does some fucking incredible shit in this game. In a way that, like, initially when it was first designed for an RE game, you're like, come on. But now they use it for everything and it looks fucking sick. I really like the development of the relationship between Hugh and Diana. There is a little bit of that precocious child to Diana in some degrees, and she's like a little bit of a excitable kid. She's just happy to be hanging around and having fun, like fucking up all these out-of-control robots. There is kind of a search actually element to it because the first mission, there were a bunch of collectibles I couldn't access because there were... I think they called it a rogue or corrupted lunar filament that I needed an ability in that second mission to be able to go through. So there's a bit of that. I'm really looking forward. Like I'm liking the exploration. The combat's really neat. It takes some of that dead spaciness and adds the hacking that Diana can do, which adds just enough complexity to the combat where you have to be on your shit to pay attention to where the enemies are, but you're not quite so bombarded, at least yet. Excuse me, quite so bombarded by enemies that it's impossible to do the hacking.
So is she doing attacks or just doing hacks?
No, she just hacks.
Okay, so she just breaks. She hacks into the enemies and they start misbehaving or whatever. Okay.
So basically, when you aim with the left trigger, shoot with the right, or but as you aim with the left trigger, it brings up the hacking grid, and you use the face buttons to move the cursor through the hacking grid to go through different elements that cause more damage, or you can add things that does a multi-hack, so it'll hack every enemy once it's completed. And then it opens the enemies up and then makes them more vulnerable.
Okay.
So it adds just enough of complexity to the combat where you do have to be on your shit, but it's more than manageable enough if you are paying attention. I don't know if that's going to get more overwhelming as the game goes on. It probably will, but you do the traversal tools you get. So you got like a hover, there's an air dash or a ground dash as well. Different bits and pieces around that. The exploration is really interesting. It's pretty linear, but so was Resident Evil Requiem. And that had enough space or enough room, scope, openness for exploration and trying to find things. But I ended up playing through Requiem like 3 times. Partly for like getting certain elements, and then just one time to be able to have unlimited ammo on the Requiem handgun and just fucking blowing holes in shit, which was really fun. The map is really well designed. The only element is it doesn't tell you specifically where you are, but other than that, it's more than usable. It's just a really well designed, interesting, engaging game that hits all of those main markers of, if you say, what is a great game? You can point at Pragmata and all the things it does and go, this. So I'm really enjoying it so far. But I kind of don't want to like steamroll it as well.
Yeah, yep.
Partly because there's just a lot of other things to play, and holy fuck, there's a lot coming. But yeah. So me and a friend have started in on Big Walk. It's basically sort of escape room puzzles in a bush-like environment. So, like, at least early on, like, there was some chat. Like, I heard some chatter about how far the voice drops off because it's got the proximity chat. It works fairly well, and it I don't seem to see the distance at which the voice drops off to be as negative because we hadn't had it be a problem yet. Plus, we found some walkie-talkies and just did that too. And then the big open area you start in is basically like a massive bush area. Well, not massive, but it's a big, large bush area. So even when my mate was on the other side of that area, I could still yell out and he would hear the echo.
Okay. Yep.
So that was pretty neat. It balances the puzzles for 2, 3, and 4 players, and it seems to work really well. It's a neat, pleasant experience so far. It is real fun just like grabbing different various items and kicking them at him or kicking them around and shit like that. I am curious how much further they take the puzzles or how much more intense they make the puzzles. They're interesting so far in the first couple of hours. Nothing's really been overtly difficult yet. You're only able to carry one additional one item at a time. So and you do eventually get a backpack that you can store an item. So the 2 areas we've hit so far have been go do these little puzzles to open or get access to these weird little oblong rubber ball things. Put them into this sort of locked case, get a key, carve the key down, use it to open a door. But yeah, you can take a camera that if you're looking through the camera, it'll create a visual overlay that shows you usable items.
Okay. Yep.
The walkie-talkies, like I said, there is a laser pointer. The puzzle variety has been pretty neat so far. It's just I'm curious as to how much further it goes. Like we've only played 2.5 hours of it so far.
Mm.
We've got 2 of the 12 achievements.
Mm-hmm.
So not as many achievements, but like I really like the look of it. Walking around and just talking shit and insulting each other. Randomly taking shit and just going, fuck this, throw it. There's no fall damage, but if you jump off large structures, you'll fall on your ass and go for a slide, which is pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
And just like it's a really neat little experience.
Mm.
I'm enjoying it so far. So we talked briefly about this. So this is the incremental block.
Mm-hmm.
So Chef Night, we've talked about before because
Mm-hmm.
you played it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned it briefly last week. I finished it in about 3.7 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking cool as shit.
Mm.
I really like the art style.
Mm.
I like the combination of gameplay elements between the cooking and the arse gameness of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of a grind in each of the biomes to get through the final element.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it's neat. I dug it.
I think it's balanced pretty damn well, actually, in how the progression is. And that's when we get to one of my games, we'll talk about that. But yeah.
Is it this game? Pickball?
No.
So it's super neat. I had a run where I broke the slot machine screen.
Okay.
The slots didn't run, and icons of the materials just spun in a very little circle very fast.
Oh, okay.
So I had to close it and reopen it. But otherwise, it's kind of sort of Peggle, but incremental. In a way that's really... And, like, you get the satisfaction of, yo, shit jumps the fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. And then eventually you have to fight a boss on each...
Yeah, so my question is, with this one, how did you find the boss mechanic, so to speak? Because it's not normal.
Single run most of them, except for the first one.
The first one, so the issue that I had initially with this game was that I got to the boss before I'd upgraded all of the items. So the first half dozen times I played against them, I couldn't defeat it. I wasn't doing enough damage. Then eventually I just went back to the previous, because you go back to previous.
Yeah, you can just grind for currency and shit.
Grind the currency, get the last upgrade, and then did it for one shot.
Yeah, so that's exactly how I did it regardless.
Yeah, so it was just
the first time I hit the boss, I was like, wait, I'm not doing enough. Fuck this, I'm going back getting more.
Yeah. I wasn't aware I hadn't done the last upgrade, so I was just playing through trying to repeat it. And I'm missing something here, and then realised, last upgrade of the...
I think after the first one, I just said, fuck it, I'm getting all the upgrades before I do the boss.
And that's exactly what I did after that. Exactly.
And you just fucking plow through it.
Plow through it and just one go, okay, yeah.
Fucking sick. Berry.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is a very deceptively simple incremental game where this screenshot is probably the best view of the simple part, in that it's literally just as base about putting fruit into a hole. Seems fairly simple.
Mm-hmm.
As you progress, so you got this little berry buddy, as you can see in the screenshot here. So there is there you go. Put a berry in the hole, pick up the coin, repeat until bedtime.
Uh-huh.
Behind you in this screenshot, there is like a sunflower that spits out fruit as well. So you get the berry buddies as part of the upgrade tree, which you can see here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put the berries in the hole. Eventually, the hole gets bigger as you put more berries in it. Once you get... So you can get star points, which are the floating stars here. That is the secondary layer of currency that you can use to upgrade the berry buddies. And you eventually get a wand where, using the star points, you throw the wand at the berry buddy and it evolves into the next tier of fruit. So basically, you're just throwing an ever-growing array of fruit into an ever-growing hole in an ever-growing time frame. So it increments the fuck out of all that.
Yep.
You do get a bunch of tools that make putting the berries in the hole easier and really engaging. Like you get a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really neat. And then as the hole gets bigger and as you upgrade, you can direct the hole and control where it goes.
Oh, okay.
So as you direct the hole in this small area, you can move the hole around and it'll just, like these different props in the environment, just fall in the hole. And you get more star points. And you repeat. Incrementalizing. And then it, through varying ways, expands. In that the area you are in expands. I think the way in which that's done, it should be sort of seen and experienced. I don't want to give away how that's done, but it's really neat. It's got a really neat sort of VHS aesthetic. Like when you're in, that didn't work. I went to click on the call again to change the fucking screenshot. What a dickhead. The skill screen, the skill purchasing screen has this VHS aesthetic to it, as does the loading screen, which is fucking cool as shit. There's a narrative underneath it all that becomes allegorical for the actual putting berries in the hole and greed and things like that. And you find these cassette tapes where a lady's telling you the story of how she was let go from her children's television show.
Okay.
It gets fucking weird. And there's another layer. The reason I say deceptively simple is that there's a bunch of like escape room type puzzles in the environment that unlock elements of the story / ending and unlock achievements. Those were way fucking above me though. Like I just could not make hide nor hair of it. Like one was a fairly simple like matching tile game. But some of them were just like, there's a bunch of pins here and a fucking map of some kind and fucking go. And like, you can see plenty of environmental clues, but what to do with them? There's a computer that you can log into or quote unquote hack into. I never got into it because the fuck knows what the password was. But man, I got to one ending in about 5 hours and that was me done. Because Jesus Christ, some of that shit was more than my head hole can deal with. But berry and hole, good. Berry and hole, very good, but anyway. It's berry. Last cat in the universe. Would you be at all surprised to learn that it's about a story of the last cat in the universe? An asteroid hits Earth. And then an AI on a space station is tasked with taking care of the kitten left on board because everyone else fucks off, and you have to take care of it. So this is where the skill tree is. The AI is this sort of screen here, and as you're playing through, you get additional functions for the kitty cat. Like it starts with the bed, you get a feeder, you get a litter box, various bits and pieces. You have the upgrade tree. And then this is the actual incremental part, where it's like a mining laser, kind of keep on mining worlds, where you use the mouse to move the laser around. And you can see that it goes fairly deep in the number of layers. Most of the time, the laser does the most damage to the topmost layer, because of course it does. If you try and go too far when you've still got blocks on that top layer, it won't do as much. Multiple currencies, because of course there is. And you get more and more upgrades for the laser to a point where you're doing like 4 layers of damage at a time.
Okay.
As you're going, there was a song left for you to play for the kitten, but the data on the song got corrupted. So as you mine through more layers of the block, you decrypt more or defrag more of the song. And then you're also uncovering data in the communication between the kitten's owner, who's on this space station, and her parent on Earth.
Okay.
Who's just like, this asteroid might be coming. Fuck it, I'm not going. And it's like, whoa. It's a little stingy in how it metes out the upgrades or enough currency for the upgrades sort of in the mid-game. But it's a pretty chill experience that serves as like a really well-written musing on the purpose of life, the fulfillment of life, the acceptance of death. That's all really quite well done, but I think it's maybe just a smidge overpriced, perhaps. it's still very good, relatively speaking, particularly from a writing and intentionality of the narrative, more so than the incremental gameplay. Like, this is kind of the opposite spectrum of a Scritchy Scratchy or Rock Bottom, where the gameplay is the superior part of those. Whereas the incremental mining is kind of secondary to the narrative and what it's trying to talk about here. But yeah. Master Healer Kale with Useless Party. What a fucking great name. We did the checkout for this, which is up on YouTube as now. I think the interactions at the start of the stages are pretty good. The music is very good. But I just had multiple runs in the mid game, or what seemed like the mid game, just be empty runs, consecutive empty runs with not enough currency to do anything.
Yeah.
Which just ended bogging down and just feeling way too long and too much of a grind. I'm just like, yep, up to 2 hours. Fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah, so I've got this game on my list as well, so I might as well talk about it now with my friend, because I'm a bit the same, but my big concern, or my issue with this game is, like, the incremental part in most games is way less interactive than this is, if that makes sense. So you're talking about interactive, you're just digging down on mine and you're controlling it. Whereas this game, you're keeping a track of 3 of your own characters.
You do have to be way more on.
You're healing multiples at the same time. You're healing the party at the same time, whatever. And I got to the point where I was just losing track of what the fuck was going on. And that all
I had that happen a bunch.
And they get wiped in like 2 shits. Like, well, fucking how the hell did that happen?
That was the other. Oh wait, no, that's a different game.
And I just got frustrated with the mechanics of the runs. I just think they're just not 100% fun to play.
No.
I think the concept of what it's doing, I think, is awesome. Yep. I think the concept of having this thing, I just think that this is a little bit too much for an incremental game. If that, like, the interactive stuff is a bit too much.
The micromanagement elements of it.
Yeah, like most of the incrementals, like the common theme amongst these incrementals is, like, for example, Pickball. All you're doing is you're
clicking the button to launch or direct.
You're giving a bit of power, and it just does what it's going to do. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. Obviously, with Mining Merchant and Rock Bottom, you've got a bit more agency because you're controlling it. But all you're doing is drilling. You're not doing 3 or 4 things at once in a particular run. You're just drilling. You might do the odd explosion to blow some stuff up, and that's the end of it. Whereas this, in the screenshot on screen here, on the Steve's got on here, we've got Kale's in the back left with the green hair. I guess why it's the Kale colour. And you've got 2 characters in front of you. The very first lead character, the character to the far right, doesn't do any damage at all. He's basically a tank. He just absorbs damage and sort of is a shield to the other 2. But he can obviously go down in health. Once he's down, the other 2 will then take more damage. But you're controlling, you're healing individual characters with the options he's got at that bottom section there. And they're numbered essentially 1 to 8 on the top, and I think it's QWERTY across the bottom. I think is how you can do it, so you can hotkey them. Something like that. And if some of them are individual things, you've got to press the hotkey to activate the ability. Then click on your character you want to directly heal. And if you don't do that quick enough, they're fucking down. They're found. And I think the second larger healing spell takes fucking ages to cast. To cast, yeah. So if you don't get the timing right,
no, you're fucked.
You're fucked. And I just think it's just a little bit too much. And I think
the other spells I don't think do jack shit. Like they do stuff.
I've got as much as the. Obviously, I've got mine in a different order because you can rearrange these as you want them to. But
okay.
I've got the first.
I had this one and the meditation, which I only did the meditation to get the achievement.
Yeah, I think I've got one. I think I maybe got about a third of what's on that screenshot there. There's one
this
more.
shield is fucking useless.
Yeah, shield's useless.
The amount of time and the amount of mana it takes, it's fucking useless.
Yeah. And also the cooldown's like 65 fucking seconds.
The base heal, while it's pretty effective in the early game, by the time you hit the end of the early game, it's fucking shit.
Yeah, it doesn't do nice damage.
Because it doesn't heal enough.
Yeah.
So you're relying on I can't remember what the big heal is called. Like, I can't remember off the top of my head.
I can't remember what it's called, yeah.
Like break heal or something like that. But it takes fucking ages to cast. It does heal for a lot, but Jesus Christ, it takes a long time to deal with. Party heal... Unless all 3 characters have taken damage, the amount of mana that takes is fucking useless.
Not worth it, yeah.
And none of the other spells actually seemingly... they might add some buffs, but don't add enough to actually make them worthwhile.
Correct. That's kind of where I got to it. I didn't see... I don't know if there's any... I have not gone through the tech tree enough. Just bring up the tech tree screenshot. I think it's the 3rd one there. So... This one's also not a complete one, but you can also see that they've got research for stuff now and training. Okay, so
I never got to any of that.
Yeah, so that may make a difference because that may make them. But I don't know how long it'll take to get to that point. But
that's the other thing. The amount of time and amount of empty runs that I had to build currency that got me nowhere.
Yeah, and
like you unlock the ability to have a percentage displayed of how much of the skill tree you've got. That thing's so fucking expensive. What's the point?
Oh. I bought it, but it wasn't that expensive. I didn't think.
Nah. I didn't get it yet, but like I'm just like the incrementality is so minimal.
Yeah, no, that's what so one of my games we'll get to is I think it's probably going to be digging when we get to it. When I get to it on my side, is like I think we've played like in the last literally 4 to 6 weeks. I think
we've kind of gone a bit nuts on the incremental.
We've played enough incremental. We'd probably have its own category game of the year, I suspect, at this point. But put that have a discussion about
Money Merchant.
About that later.
Tick.
But I think with a incremental game, there needs to be enough. There needs to be enough. At some point, there needs to be enough of a progression, regularly enough, that you think I've made a big difference with that company. Yes. That series of upgrades made a big difference. I'm now doing double damage. I'm doing things quicker. Whatever the mechanic is of that game, I'm not sure this game does that.
No,
I'm not sure it quite gets there. Maybe with these other things that you've got on your screen and that screenshot activated, maybe that does kick in. But
how long does it take to fucking
How long does it take to? When I've been playing, I've currently got. You're at what 2 and a bit hours? I think you on your screen.
I'm at 2 and a bit, and I uninstalled it.
I'm at basically 2.7. I'm at pretty much almost the same as you, a bit over you. I've got probably played about the same amount of time. We've probably got for the same progression point, and I'm just getting to the point where I just don't find the runs fun. They're too much for an incremental. Like you think about the chef one. The run part of that is you just walk around and point in direction. It does what you need.
That's
to do.
just the arse game part, which is great.
Which is great. So it's
although that does get so fucking busy, they're trying to figure out where the fucking chef was.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, where is he? Oh no!
I'll just stop moving because I can't know where the hell is he. But yeah, I mean, I just think it doesn't. The incremental part doesn't quite progress at a pace that makes the run sections fun.
The runs I find the runs just less fun because
while
there's enough activity in doing the spells, they just take so fucking long to get out.
And I didn't find any upgrades that made them cool down quicker or go quicker or do. I just didn't. There was a couple that did that, but
I find the additional spells are just so fucking useless that they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I had a lot of hope for it. I may play a bit more.
Early on, it's fucking good.
Fairly on, it's really good, and the concept is great. The concept idea of it is fucking awesome.
And then it fucks it into the dirt.
I'm just not sure they quite got the balance between everything right. But anyway, yeah.
Speaking of a game they don't quite get the balance right on, Bitbreaker.
Yeah, looks like
so kind of take Tetris, like a block puzzle, like Tetris, almost, and kind of inverse hold down. Where instead of shooting from the top, you're a little spaceship shooting from the bottom. And then your little ship shoots balls at the blocks. You get they leave currency behind. And you get upgrades there, like health, more damage.
Usual stuff. Yep.
Yeah, usual stuff. So
are you when you go back to one of the action, are you moving left to right or just in the middle?
You can move the ship around. You can move the ship not just left and right. You can move the ship around all like everywhere.
Oh, okay.
In the playable window.
In the playable window, okay.
Part of the problem. All right. So there's a couple of problems. The first 4 planet. So they devise the levels as planets. So this is like the third one because you've got. So the squares do nothing. You just shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
If you get close to them, they'll move across and hit you. After a period of time, they'll shake to give you a warning.
Mm-hmm.
You get these sort of different curved squares that shoot bullets at you.
Mm-hmm.
The hexagons leave these sort of squares here that fill out. As they fill out, that's when they do the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of an AoE effect attack. Mm-hmm. And the rectangles just take way more fucking bullets.
Yep.
Or way more hits. So
the shapes start full up with color, and
as they're emptying, is you doing damage to it.
Yeah, gotcha.
Now the second tier of currency is derived from shooting the bullets that some of the shapes shoot.
Oh, okay.
So you can automate the shooting like an arse game,
mm-hmm.
but that's not going to work if you're trying to hit the bullets.
Yeah.
But the way in which some of the bullets actually move makes trying to hit and target them a bit rough. But also trying to, like, the amount of currency they drop is fuck all.
Mm-hmm.
And when I had, on the 5th planet, it was just a boss fight. I had upgraded everything on the tree, except for there was a higher tier HP one that I had maybe 2 or 3 levels left to buy that were tied to the currency from shooting bullets. So the 5th boss shot all of the different kinds of bullets, including the AoE attack, in weird fucked up patterns. Like this one, you can see, like, this is relatively manageable once you get the ship moving fast enough and you can see the passageway and all that sort of deal. It's dealable. That's a little bit rougher. I never got there because the damage felt unavoidable based on the patterns and just the extent of it. I had 180 hit points. I had upgraded the shields or armor as much as I could based on the available upgrades. I died in 3 hits. So, like, I had, like, there was an upgrade that there's upgrades that require boss currency. I'd had all that for the bosses that came before it, but it was just like, this is unavoidable. This is doing, like, the scaling of the damage, particularly against the damage you took at that point, didn't feel incremental. It felt fucking exponential. Fuck this game. It has such an interesting, neat premise to start with. The one saving grace, it's $3. Oh, well, it's $6 normally. It's on a deep discount for launch. But fucking fuck this and it's bullshit of, like, damage scaling and all that sort of stuff. No, it was not enjoyable. The part of the reason for this is I did a bit of a dig through the incremental store tag on Steam.
That's exactly how I found the games I've got.
And Sunder Siege is the penultimate game of the week for me. It's kind of tower defense.
Okay. Yep.
But you have a chain with a wrecking ball. You swing said wrecking ball back and forth with your mouse.
Okay. Yep.
Partly because the enemies are fucking tiny. Trying to hit them can be a bit frustrating. The chain does jack shit.
Okay, so just
I feel like they. Sorry.
Just the ball does damage, not the chain. Okay.
I feel like the chain, you could have an upgrade for the chain, but it never appears. So all of these upgrades here, just for the currency that's dropped.
Okay. Yep.
So this pathway starts at X2, 3, 4, 5. The percentage chance of getting 2 times currency, 2, 3, 4, 5 times currency.
Gotcha. Yeah.
This pathway is for double currency to drop and a percentage chance there. This is for HP or what your village does.
Mm-hmm.
The blue ones are spawn rates and things of that nature.
Yeah, some more enemies, more of that stuff. Yep.
This track here is ball damage.
Mm-hmm.
Ball area of effect, so how big the ball is.
Mm-hmm.
You get a triggered explosive after a point. So this pathway is damage of the explosive and cooldown of the explosive. And then you get freeze and you turn it into a spike. Whoop, that's not the right one. Where is it? Fuck me. It's here somewhere. There it is. You turn it into a spike ball that does bleed.
Yep.
That's it's just very, very minor. The first couple hours, it's super satisfying, just swinging back and forth and fucking cleaning these little bastards up. But after a point, the upgrades aren't particularly interesting. They're just very minor incremental damage up. And this is what you were saying about the incrementality.
Yeah.
Like, if they're not interesting, the upgrades aren't interesting, the swinging for a point gets a bit tiresome after a couple of hours when you're just not really getting much in the way of progress. Like, it's a solid bit of work for the price. Like, $7, I'm not going to get mad at that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that's one thing about the incremental game is they are all relatively, like, most of them are under $10 Australian.
Yeah.
So even if you're only getting 3 to 4 hours out of them,
particularly the ones that label themselves as a short incremental experience,
short
I'm not expecting more than that.
Yeah. But most of the games,
although I will say,
are actually pretty good value for what they are. Yeah.
Berry is an exceptional value because that has 4 endings if you want to taste that. I did see a post on the discussion boards of someone being pissed because it took more than 2 hours to finish, so just over the Steam refund window. And the dude was like, they fucking made it longer so I couldn't refund it. And everyone's like, fuck you, dude. Fuck off, prick. So yeah, Thunder Siege is alright, but whatever. This last one purports itself to be a city builder that is incremental.
I think I might have seen this one. Yeah, okay.
Now, the thing about it is it fucking looks incredible. It has a fantastic little animated art style. I will say the paths mean absolutely nothing.
Okay, fair enough.
They just add to the happiness. So, as you can see there, it looks very, very nice.
So you're doing the city builder because it gives you what? What's the actual...
So, I don't think the incrementality is there.
Okay, I was just going to ask. Okay.
So, you get... okay, so as you're going through, it provides these little goals, which are just build certain things.
Yep.
And they unlock as you go. You have wood, you have food, you have gold.
Right. Yep.
You have villager happiness.
Yep.
You have a level of village based on how many villages you actually have.
Yep. Okay. Fairly straightforward setup.
As you get wood and food, you use them to build. They come up as currency. There's also a crystal one, which isn't on here. Yeah, it's not really shown. But so the town will level up as you have more villages. So that opens up more things to build. The thing that separates this is the spirit part. So you can see here, Whisper Man. I haven't unlocked him yet. There's a little book that goes through. You can pay increasing amounts of money to see how to unlock some of these. So one of them literally was, I picked up one of the villagers, dragged him all the way above these clouds, let him go, and then unlocked a spirit.
Okay.
One of them was, I held a sheep over a fire for 3 seconds, and that became a spirit. Same with the chicken. And the spirits are the only ones who can mine the crystals or the gems or whatever. And as you progress, I wonder... No, it's not. They're not zoomed out enough. So you use currency. So this is the very start of the game. See all the different larger squares? I think it was... what was the Native American looking one where you bought the different attached blocks and it became part of the thing? Snake something? Yeah, another one you're talking about.
Yeah. Yep.
Similar here, where these bigger squares, you pay an increasing amount of currency to unlock and have more space. As you get even further, there are chains around the environment where you have to pay an increasing amount of currency to unlock additional biomes.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it to the point where I had a little snowy biome to the southeast.
Mm-hmm.
And it does go about it that way.
So
the villagers do kind of have needs, but it's more need to go take a shit or they're sick and they need to go to the doctor. So you have to build an outhouse.
I'm a bit confused. What's the actual incremental part?
Fucking good question.
Okay.
I have no fucking idea. The only thing I can think of that is incremental is as you buy and build these different
how do you get the materials? You said you got wood and food. How are you getting that?
So you can set up little log cutters. Where are they? So see the food field patterns here?
Mm.
If you have a farming hut, you can have farmers work those fields.
Yep, okay.
Villagers will work little basic carrot patches.
Yep.
But if you try and drop them onto a pumpkin patch, they tell you to fuck off and they won't do it. They just stand there with their arms crossed and shake their heads because they need actual farmers.
Yep.
Same thing with like little wood cutting. Yep, but there's a log cutting that needs a specific axe person.
Yep.
So basically, you're getting that escalating.
So you're laying out this little city town thing, and as a result of that, doing that, they're getting food, they're getting wood, and that's going to your overall coffers.
Yep.
Then what do you then? Once you've then doing with that, you're then spending it on upgrades. There's no skill tree.
I have not found a tech tree that is that is upgradable at all.
Okay.
It's literally when I need money. Well, at this point, this person, I don't know how the fuck this person's gotten to this point with that little space, but you sell off the wood and the food to get gold as well.
Okay. Yep.
And like, you can see kind of here. See this little woodcutter?
Mm-hmm.
That's the base level of the wood cutting. So a normal villager will be happy to do that.
Okay.
You can put a bigger log in to for a logger to actually cut that.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you have to set up outhouses and stuff. Like an outhouse, you eventually get like a doctor's cert or hospital. And it'll show little icons basically. This little guy needs to go to the toilet. And it's like, okay, he can fucking walk his ass over there. But no, you have to pick him up and drag him and drop him into the outhouse.
Yeah, okay.
And then after I expanded out more, there was a tower that I had to inhabit with one of the spirits where that would allow them to, quote unquote, auto-manage their toileting and hospital needs.
Okay.
Because they can get sick. When there's animals and there's poo on the ground, they don't like that. So you click on the poo and it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get some of the spirits will automatically collect poop, automatically collect eggs from the chickens.
Okay.
There's a sheep station where
it's more like a clicker than a incremental, but yeah, don't know.
Kind of. But like the resources are meted out so fucking slowly. Particularly like the gems and stuff. The diamond or gems that you get, that takes so fucking long to get any of. It's basically just like, okay, this shit's built. And now we wait.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got bored. I did think I was getting really annoyed playing it on Saturday night because I'd found the tower and it needs a spirit to run. And I had the two spirits I'd unlocked were sitting mining gems. So I'm like looking through the little book trying to go, which fucking spirit fucking unlocks it, you dickhead? And then I put a note on the discussion board going, what is this? Because it seems like it's information missing. And the developer was like, yeah, just any spirit. Except for ones that are like specifically for specific jobs, like picking up poop or wool or eggs. And then I'm like, oh, well, now I feel silly. It's all right. Like, it looks fucking gorgeous.
That's what I was going to say. Like, it's big. Its visuals are amazing. Yeah. It is a little bit more on the expensive side at 15 normally, but it's reduced to what?
But it's way close. But I don't think it's an incremental game.
No, this just sounds like more of a city builder than an incremental. Yeah, interesting.
It's much closer to city builder. I don't know where the incremental label comes from.
That could be just a mislabel by somebody on the Steam. Maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm done with it. I went back this morning before we recorded because I wanted to test out where the dude was like, "Yo, just any spirit. Okay." I'm like, "Oh man," and I tried it. I'm like, "Oh man." So yes, my foolishness got the better of me on that one. But even then, I played it for another half hour. Shit took way too fucking long, and I'm like, "Yeah, we're done here." So now we're done here, and now we're done here.
All right, cool. My turn.
That's my games.
Cool. Right. Go across to mine. I have, as I said, some crossover, so we've already talked about Pickball.
Hey, how's that?
Yeah, it's good. I like it. Factory, to most of mine are also demos. So, so Factory Town 2 Paradise is a neat little...
Graham game?
Sort of we'll just call it a Graham game. So it's got some good old city building stuff. It's also got some factory building stuff. The main purpose of what you're doing is you're feeding the volcano in the middle of the island. He's got this really cool animation that he really animated with his tongue and stuff. So
yeah, that looks pretty neat.
It's a visual. It's really neat. This is actually a screenshot I took because there wasn't one in the original set. So you see on the left hand side, you've got a whole bunch of things you're doing. You're doing delivering. The middle one here is deliver planks to the volcano. So you've got these not enemies. Sorry, you control a main dude, which is a little guy just there.
Yep.
In the screen there, you actually control him. Left, WASD controls and stuff like that, and you can do things like walk up to trees and cut them down. He can walk up to stone and break the stone all kinds of stuff and get his own materials. But also you can actually build huts, and then people come and live with you. I've got 11 people on my island, and they will do the same thing. They will go and do the things needed to feed the volcanoes. That's that bit. There's no incremental stuff. Like this is just a city builder kind of game. But you've got little like appetizers. Deliver wheat to the volcano, deliver coconut to the volcano, deliver stone to the volcano. They're just stone. Not that you can see it in any of those things. But
what the fuck does the volcano need coconuts?
I have no idea.
What the hell?
So basically there are just little piles of stone around the area. These NPC characters will go up and mine it and then go feed the volcano. We also need those infomercials to make more things, so you've got all that sort of stuff as well. It's really neat. I kind of like it. It is in early access currently, so I'm going to let it sort of
bake
a little bit more before jumping into it, but I do like the concept. It is a little bit on the expensive side, I think, for what it is, $35 currently, which is a bit of a little bit expensive, so that might be one.
Have they suggested how much they're going to increase the price during early access?
I'm not sure. I didn't read that at this point, so I'm not sure they are or they won't. But it might be one to keep an eye on and then wait for a sale to get it, sort of thing. But yeah, I do like the look of it. I think it looks really visually, looks really neat. I think that's kind of cool. But it's fairly straightforward mechanics, but it's kind of nearly neat. I really did like it, so it's one I'll be keeping an eye on for sure.
Price will not change after early access.
Okay, so they're going to be $35. Yeah. Well, how long do they say they're going to be in early access for? Do they say
6 to 12 months? That's the expectation.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been games in early access for fucking 5-10 years at this point.
But I mean, I haven't done any of this yet. Haven't seen any of this sort of factory building stuff.
Yeah, this seems way more up your alley. But that's also way closer to a Factorio type factory than Satisfactory.
Yes, I mean, correct. Anyway, so something I'll keep an eye on. So, Farewell's Clicker is, as it kind of sounds, very similar to, I can't remember what the name of the game was.
Islanders?
You played Islanders, I think it was called, yeah. So let's just bring up this screenshot here. So basically this is a
fucking hell of Islanders.
Yeah, so essentially you start with a relatively small plot of land, and you place down, you get housing, and you can click on the housing and get coin from it. The coin can then be used to lay down the fields.
Oh.
You click on the fields, they give you wheat, and that gives you the ability to then buy more houses. That's the initial loop.
So that's not in Islanders.
No, this is more of a clicker. And you can see on the outside you've got this sort of submerged places here. You click on that, and that'll also then build that island up and then give you more land to build on. it eventually sort of grows from that into this kind of a scenario where you're planting bigger housing. You've got what's I'm looking for, like lumberjacks, like lumbers, sawmills, that kind of stuff, within a range of trees that you can also plant. And you're just building up your currencies by doing these things. You can click on them to make them go quicker, but also they're also just automatically gaining revenue stuff for you. It's kind of neat. I like it. The tech tree, as you can imagine,
it looks fucking big.
Yeah, I think it says the potential to be quite big. You've got things like increasing, usual sort of things. Level up each one of these upgrades that they do
more wood from the tree.
Yeah, get more wood, do it quicker, that kind of stuff. The usual sort of things you'd see in this kind of a click-based game.
Can you go to the first screenshot for 2 secs?
Mm-hmm.
Are you clicking the trees or are you clicking the lumberyard?
You're clicking the trees. This case I'm not too sure. You might be clicking both, but you're clicking the actual item. You're clicking the tree to have it produce the wood. But they also just do them you can see by itself there. It says 2.9 per minute. So you just let it do nothing.
Yeah.
Each one of them will
There's
produce
the idle.
There's the idle part of it. So every 2.9, every two, they'll do 360 each sort of thing. So that's what you're getting. So that's the idle part of it. But you can also, as I said, click on it to do it and to make it quicker. So that's the sort of you then expand it to different areas. Yeah. And there is there's also this diamond or star sort of thing, which you're also gaining as you progress through each level, and that's how you do most of the upgrades using that currency. So if I got 15 fields, you get 10 stars. 10 stars going to be put into the upgrade points. So I think it's neat. I think it looks pretty neat. It's not out yet. It's out literally in a couple of days' time as a recording.
Very close to being out by the time this goes up.
Yeah, so I think as a result, I think I'll keep an eye on it. It's on my wish list. I think it's neat.
How it translates that from demo to full product is the
is obviously the thing. But so you can sort of see you've got little upgrade things you can do along the way. So it's
the page description has like city builder, idle / clicker, and puzzle. Which the puzzle part was the Islanders Dorf romantic thing of when you put certain buildings in proximity to other buildings, so it would either increase or decrease effectiveness, that sort of deal.
It does that as well. So it does that. So that's the placement puzzle. For example, you've got the house in here. If you put, it's got that white squares things here.
Yeah.
So if you put another house within that region, they affect each other's abilities or performance, sort of thing. So I think it's kind of neat. Something I'll keep an eye on as it get closer. We've already talked about Master Healer Kale with useless party, so we'll move on.
I don't understand the overwhelming positive for that on the reviews on Steam.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But hey, opinions are like assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is one.
Yep. I have been playing a little bit more of Corsair Cove. We did another checkout. We did a checkout of this as well. It's also up on the channel.
Yar.
One thing we didn't get into in the checkout was the sort of the skill tree stuff that's in it. So in the game you've got these 4.
Is that for the 4 main character type?
Yeah, like there's like 4 main traits you can have, and as you do things within the game, you get points you can put into one of 4 into each of these things. And they then buff the things you can do in the world, sort of thing. So that's the upgrade tree, or the skill tree for one thing. I still think this game is really neat. I definitely want to play more of it because the way that you can scale it. This thing just looks awesome. You can build this kind of weird arrangement of stuff. You saw in the checkout this combat, quote unquote, is not combat per se. It's all sort of dice roll sort of stuff. But I think that kind of worked for the type of game that it is. So I'm looking forward to playing more of that going forward, but really neat. Power Play. This is a game that's out in early access. I played a demo of it. This is the first 5 screenshots that you're seeing on screen there are really old. Have no way to relate to what it is currently. This one does. So this is an RTS combined with a sort of factory game of sorts. You can kind of see in the screenshot there we've got a pile of rocks or all plantation with a miner sitting on it. And you just see there little conveyor belt between this and the foundry that makes use of those items. Most of the time when you're plating down these two buildings, the conveyor belt is automatically built. You don't have to build it yourself, but you can build it if you need to. And you're just using that that's your resource. Every one of those RTS has resource gathering. They're just replacing that with a sort of automatic process. So if you look in the second screenshot we've got up here, we've got a couple of oil fields. Because they're too far away from the main base, there's a truck. You obviously have to build the truck and then basically connect the two things together. It'll then take the oil from
StarCraft Command and Conquer.
Yeah, but you're doing a bit more granularity in terms of actually designing the production chains, for want of a better term.
It's really funny. I looked at the store page and the trailer, like the first couple of seconds of the trailer is like pretty typical RTS. You see a bunch of tanks going out a fucking gate. But then the second sentence of the description, create supply chains, transport, and explore.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, wait, what?
Right, yeah, exactly.
That's not what Command and Conquer is.
Yeah. And then the RTS part of it is essentially you can start building up. You've got your usual thing, barracks, vehicle manufacturing, that kind of stuff. You're building up armies like you do. This thing's a little airport thing you can build, which is kind of neat. It had this like stealth bombers on it. You could do bombing runs and stuff like that. And you just got to destroy the enemy. So at that point, it's just an RTS.
Here's 40 tanks. Go roll the fucking base.
Basically, that's it. So So from that perspective, it's just a routine RTS. I'm not sure the base building factory component is not really necessary. No. I'm not sure that it does a real lot to the game. This is in early access. You can see these screenshots have nothing like what the game looks like now.
No, that's almost borderline concept art.
Yeah, so probably use it at some level concept art, but yeah.
There's animated GIFs on the store page that do a pretty good job of
as I said,
scenes of it.
Yeah, so I mean, you've got your usual stuff, attack, move, all that kind of stuff with this. So
and then that dude on the left, sure as fuck, looks like 1996.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're trying to get that sort of visual vibe to it. But you got the map, so it's got all the things you have, production queues, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure necessarily that this production stuff is going to be as like if it gets to this sort of level, maybe it'll be good, maybe. But
the trailer does have like clips of relatively in-depth conveyor belting and stuff like that.
But I'm not sure that with a game that is essentially you're building up an army to defeat this enemy, how much time are you going to get to be able to build that elaborate setup? I don't know. So anyway, but neat concept, I guess, at a base level. But price is relatively okay, I think, for what it's going to be. But in early access, I'm going to, as you said earlier, the other game, get a bit more time to progress and mature a bit more before potentially coming back to it.
12 to 18 months in early access, may increase a little bit after early access to reflect added content. So, this isn't a city builder or an incremental game. What the fuck?
No, I have branched out. So this is Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight. This is the most recent Lego game. It's very expensive to buy in Australia, $110. I got mine on a sale for about 80 odd, I think I paid it for.
Yeah, it was a DC sale, I think, last weekend.
Last week, yeah, I got it relatively recently. So this is Lego Batman.
Fucking hell of Lego. Made it once, played through it.
Yeah, I think this is going to be really neat.
Just how Arkham actually is it? Because like some of the reviews and some of the things I've heard about it is like, this is Arkham but Lego. Yeah, I didn't record me playing this one, so I don't have any screenshots, unfortunately. But the combat is Arkham. You are mashing the buttons and you're going from enemy to enemy. You do a couple of hits. You've got counters. You've got
dodges you attacks you can't avoid sort of stuff, or can't defend against. You got to dodge out of the way. So it is an Arkham game. It is one of those games, just in Lego form. I've only played it for a couple of hours. I've got through the first 2 to 3, maybe 2 missions. I'm not sure how many I did now. And yeah, it's good. I'm really liking it. I mean, it does look fucking phenomenal too, in terms of, I mean, being a Lego game. That engine now that they're using for those games is pretty damn good. It's been matured over 20 years, or however long it's been since they've been doing them for. So,
I was gonna say, you'd fucking wanted to, given how many Lego games there've been.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm not sure I would have paid full price for this. Sale price is something I was looking for. I've got a bunch of games on my list, my wish list. I'm waiting for sales to come through before actually buying the games. But yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing through that one in the coming weeks and months. Diggin, this is the one that you have already dropped off, and have just dropped off it. I have not gone back to it in a little while, because it's got the same, well, not the same problem as KL Master here.
Conceptually, it's the same problem as Master KL, though.
Yeah, but the biggest problem is you, from run to run, so you're doing runs where you're, as the game implies, you're digging down, and you just don't seem to be really progressing at any rate that makes the game fun to keep going back and playing. So you've got all the standard skill tree stuff, which is really neat the way they've laid out and stuff like that. You can turn off particular passive abilities. You can turn them on and off if you don't want them. I did a couple of runs, but in the early parts of the game you get the dynamite and some sort of blast radius. Yep. I turned them off to see what it was like to progress without them. I got awful.
Shit,
I hardly moved at all down the thing. You've also got, I don't think there's any screenshots of it, but you've got fossils you can basically find that give you passive buffs and stuff like that. Yeah, the biggest issue, you've got drill fuel up in the top left, which is what you use to, which you use to drill through the mining place. But there's some point you get to a thicker material, and you'll just drain the drill fuel like instantaneous. You go, well, I thought I had shitloads up there because you could have kept an eye on your top left-hand corner, and then all of a sudden you go from shit. I thought I had half left. Now I've stopped running. So how on earth did I drill? So I just think there doesn't seem to be, as I was sort of saying with other games, you've got to get a decent, regular enough, big progression that you feel like you are in fact progressing. And this game is not doing that for me at the moment. I don't know if it ever will. But so yeah, unfortunately, I like the look of it. Playing it like is really neat. When this all goes off,
popping off in the trailer, you're like, "Fuck yeah, let's go!"
Let's go. But it doesn't.
It had the same appeal of Rock Bottom, but then it's sure not Rock Bottom to play.
No, exactly. So
when you play it, you feel like you've hit Rock Bottom. Boom.
My last one is one that we talked about last week. Bills must be paid.
Way more of that.
I actually finished it now. I hadn't finished it by then. I have now finished it. I actually finished it literally the day we recorded last week. The last time we recorded.
Nice.
I turned around a bit on this, to be honest.
Yeah, you were a little bit uncertain.
I was a bit uncertain on it. I would have given it like a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. It's probably now more a 7 or 8. Mainly because again, the thing that was frustrating about this one initially was the run-based nature of it. But I kind of get that is what it is. It's not really it's more a run-based game than incremental stuff that we sort of talked about.
Yeah.
So I think we showed off this thing in the last week. Last time we recorded. This is the actual thing you're going to get. When you get these upgraded to a fairly decent level, you fucking fly through the stages of the game, which makes getting back to having this skill tree reset not so much of a problem because you're building up resources for it so much quicker.
That's actually kind of the idle kickers thing, is that each match you're rebuying the number of players, plants, and all that sort of stuff, but because you're upgrading the amount of money you're making each coin and shit like that, it just takes next to no time to actually get back to that point.
So when I initially didn't like the run stuff, I eventually this game kind of works in a pretty decent way. So if you can get over that resetting, because in the early stages you are going to be doing, I think I did 11 runs, 12, maybe 11 or 12 runs to finish the game. But the second and third, not the third and second and the last runs, this field tree, after the first, like the very first one of these you do, you basically, you can one hit all the pigs, you get like $300 in the first go, and this skill tree, when the first time you play it, you're getting maybe one upgrade.
Yeah.
When you get to like the 8th or 9th run,
you're getting all of them.
You're basically doing the first 10 upgrades in one run, sort of thing. So it just progresses really, really quickly. And as you can sort of see by the screenshot, when you get to the end point, this is not when you're at the end, when you're at the end point, things are just going fucking nuts on this thing. So the visual thing of all the pigs being whacked and stuff like that is really kind of neat. So yeah, I ended up turning around on it a fair bit to the point where I was going, okay, I could nearly recommend this to people as long as people get around or get over the run-based nature of that resetting skill tree, because you will get continued bust from this process, and from
the rings.
The rings, where is it? Shit. There. These things. Because you get a fair bit of this per run, especially when you get to the middle stage. You're getting a lot of, like you're getting 20, 30, 40,000 of them per run, so you can basically build up and buy most of these rings pretty damn quickly. And when you start getting into this thing where you're buying the hammers and stuff, you can get to the third hammer pretty damn quickly once you get through it. So it's not so bad. So yeah, I kind of turned around on it to the point where I think it's actually a pretty good. I put it above so far Kale, even though I haven't finished it. Definitely put it above Diggin, way above Diggin.
So, well, I mean, you actually finished it, which says some more about that than about
correct,
Master Healer Kale and games like that.
Exactly. So, yeah, I really did like this one too. When I sort of played enough to, okay, this is what it's doing, sort of thing, and I can kind of understand what it's getting at. But yeah, that is basically my games as well.
Shit.
So we probably should do this bit. Alright, we've got our YouTube channel where you are probably maybe watching this, or you've seen some of Steve's streams he's done over the last weeks and so. If you're not on there, you also can find Steve at twitch.tv/enemy starship, where he does all those streams that are on YouTube are streamed live there. Do you stream to YouTube as well, or just Twitch?
Nah, I think I've heard dual streaming can chew bandwidth pretty hard.
No, you can probably imagine. Yeah, fair enough.
So for now, it's just easier. Well, I don't know if it's easier. I haven't thought to experiment with it.
So you Twitch online. You live stream on Twitch, record locally, and upload the video to. Yeah, fair enough. Yep, easy. Yes. So yep, you'll find him there most Friday nights and Saturday nights. Give him a follow. You'll get a notification when he's about to go live, and you can watch his streams from there.
Watch me play terrible video games because most of what I played on the Saturday version was fucking shit. So it's the drawback of when you go on Reddit and you see like multiple games, like people going, "This is my game I'm working on." I'm like, "Oh, that looks alright," and then you play it and it's like, "No, it's fucking not."
But yes,
it's all pretty good.
So that probably do us for today. We'll be back in a week with something. No idea what that'll be. And in a fortnight for another podcast. So until then, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.